Nuclear fear has become a major topic of concern lately, and here to talk about it with me today is Chuck Thompson, Senior Analyst for the Socionomist. Hi, Chuck. Thanks for joining me today.
It's glad to be here.
Chuck, you recently published a Socionomist special report on nuclear fear. Why did you feel it was important to release this report now?
Well, if you look at the headlines over the weekend on North Korea, that's just one example. North Korea has been ramping up its testing of nuclear weapons. It is working very hard to develop intercontinental ballistic missiles that can strike the United States. And here we go with them again. And then you have the U.S. and Russia's relationship, which has been declining over the past several years. And together, these two countries hold 93% of the world's nuclear weapons. The U.S. recently increased sanctions against Russia, and Russia in turn is kicking out 755 U.S. diplomats and technical workers. Another problem you have is the U.S. and China relationship, which has been tense lately because China has been building up islands in the South China Sea, and they've been putting military facilities on those islands.
One thing that I found interesting in your article is your focus on social mood and that drives the fear of nuclear weapons and their proliferation. Can you explain that?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Social mood does drive nuclear fear and development of nuclear weapons. When social mood is trending positively, people are feeling very confident, trusting, and content. They don't see a need to prepare a defensive or offensive force. But then when social mood trends negatively, people become fearful, they become distrusting and angry, and they prepare to defend themselves. If they have nuclear capabilities, they might even try to increase those capabilities or even modernize what they already have.
And what's your take on the nuclear fear that we're seeing around the world today?
Well, it's increasing. We recently looked in the Socionomist at the incidences of the term nuclear weapon from 1940 to 2008. And what we found was that those incidences move in a five-wave pattern. In wave one, we had the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings. In wave three, we had the Cuban Missile Crisis. And then in wave five, we had the moment of maximum danger in the Cold War. This all ended about 1985, and after that, we had about 30 years where we haven't seen as many occurrences of the term nuclear weapon. However, we do feel that this complacency is going to eventually give way to another wave of nuclear fear, which we may be seeing the beginning of right now.
And one recent development is the negotiation of a treaty to ban all nuclear weapons. Do you think that this effort will be successful?
Well, it's quite doubtful at this point. The treaty was assisted by the fact that social mood is trending positively on a near-term basis in many countries. 122 nations signed the treaty. However, we need to point out that the 9 countries that actually hold nuclear weapons did not sign the treaty. It's been difficult enough at this point with social mood trending positively to get them to do that. And when it trends negatively in the majority of countries, it will be even more difficult to get them to sign that treaty. In fact, probably what they will do is actually increase their nuclear stockpiles and become more aggressive in their approach.
Well, thank you so much, Chuck. It was great talking with you today.
Well, thank you.